It's good to see the Lord work in many people's lives around here. I'll say a little bit. We've seen the Lord really work in Corey or Casey's life, whatever you may know him as. If you don't know him as Casey, talk to him about that. He'll explain that later. But we've seen the Lord work a lot in your life, Corey. We do appreciate the hard work you do here. And this is just a small taste of what the Lord has done through Robertville Baptist Church and the many different ministries that are here. And it's exciting to hear these. And I encourage you as you go through your life and go through our everyday to day things, talk to some of these in our church. Maybe go to somebody you haven't talked to in a while, or maybe never talked to before, and just talk to them about the church. Talk to them about what they like about this ministry area that God has put us in. This building. It's great. We have beautiful facilities, but what makes that great and what makes it wonderful is the people that are here and being willing to do and answer the call that God has put on your life. And one man that I know that answers that call is Ivan Vasquez. If we'll let Ivan go ahead and make his way here, and we'll hear what the Lord has put on his life. Ivan and I got to know each other a lot. We got on a very interesting plane ride at one time, and it took us all up and down North and South America and all in between just to go to a little country off the side of the map there. But we've had a lot of growing together, I would say. And there's one guy to get stuck on a plane with in terminals for about over 24 hours. I'm glad it was Ivan. We learned a lot about each other, and I hope he can share a little bit about what the Lord's done in his life right now. Thank you.
Well, mainly, I would like to speak about a lot of you knows what the Lord's been doing with me doing missions, but basically, it's leading to the first part of my life. Well, not my life, but my first part of my life working with the Lord, and that's when actually I get to know the Lord, and that was probably about 2000, 1999. Before that, I was born and raised Catholic, having a typical Catholic faith, just going to church once a week, confess to a priest, and walking out of there nice and clean. Anyway, not knowing much about the Lord at all. But back in 2000, I was a workaholic. I mean, I was working anywhere from 80 to 86, 87 hours a week. In other words, I didn't spend that much time in the house. It was like 7 days all the way across, leaving early morning, come back late evenings. And it was all about work. I was more concerned about, having a good house, having a car for my wife, everything provided. And I was leading my daughters just basically, growing up, raising without a father. I was not there. Sunday morning, go to work. So at one point, from years back, my wife would keep telling me the same thing. You need to spend more time in the house. And every time she complained about the issue that not as much around my kids, it was just basically, I give you a house, I give you a nice car, we got bills paid, and why you complain so much about it? So it piled up at the point where right on New Year's 2000, right after 12 o'clock, she handed me over a divorce papers. I didn't know what it was at that time. I looked at it, and then it came up to me and said, "Well, are you serious?" I said, "Yes." So 2 days later, I had to leave the house. I'm not going to go into much in details on this, but for over 8 months, I tried to get back with my wife, get back to my family. I was just going back every afternoon to see the girls and all that. But during the first part of the process, I got in really bad shape. to a point that I was not, I never was, I never drink it, a drop of alcohol. I started drinking. I started seeing people I'm not supposed to see. And I realized at one point, a good friend of mine, actually, at work in the same company I used to work at that time, he says, Ivan, you're not doing good. I mean, you never drank before, now you're drinking. You look bent out of shape all the time. You don't know what you're doing anymore. He says, you should have looked for help within the church. Oh, I was Catholic. I went to knock on the door in a Catholic church, and the first thing I knew, he says, well, just go and see a psychologist. I said, well, that's not right. I mean, I'm looking for the support. But anyway, that continued for a short period of time, and someone actually took me to a Christian church, Fair Baptist Church in West Palm Beach. And they took me there because I know that my wife was going to that church. So the whole idea is my thought, my 5 years of mentality. I said, well, I'm going to that church. Eventually, she's there. I'm going to start going there, and then we all get together and resolve the problem. So basically, I started going to church. The Lord had a different plan for me, completely different. That was not what I think it was going to be. And knowing that she was going to church at the same place, it's a huge church. It's one of those mega churches. And then one thing led to another. I started going to Bible study, and then my Bible study teacher, within couple weeks, he asked me if I want to receive the Lord as my Savior, and he presented an observation to me, and I said yes. So everything I wanted up, and then the idea that my wife was there, it just kind of went away, and I was more concentrated on what's going on with the situation, me getting saved. And then right around I got baptized on Easter, right on Easter morning. And when I got baptized, well, it was my daughter and my daughters and my wife there and all that. And I said, well, even like that, I said Christ. But when I saw them after I got baptized, I got a chance to sing with them after the baptism and all that. I said, well, hey, God, let me get back into my family now. And it was not like that. And then it still was, no, we got to continue with this divorce. It's going to keep going on. I didn't know what to do at that point. Like I said, it was like around 8 months. At the 8-month time, my mother had a surgery back in the old country, and I decided to go up there and help her during the process. So, and that happens right before 2011, 9/11, I'm sorry. And then when I told my wife that I was going to leave, she went AWOL. She says, well, why are you going to leave? Look what happened in New York, the tower's going down. And I said, well, sweetie, you're not a target. I got to go and help my mom besides. I need to straighten out my thought. I'm around you here, thinking of my daughters, thinking about you, and thinking about this divorce, and I don't know how I was going to wind out the whole thing at the end. So anyway, and I did trust in the Lord that He was going to do what's supposed to be done right. I mean, He's perfect. I'm not. So we ended up leaving, not right away, because they closed the airport for quite a while, and then about a couple of weeks later, and going back to Chile. And I stayed there for about a month, and doing the process there, helping my mom. I started clearing the thought that, the Lord, if that's what you want, give me clear ideas what's going to happen when I get back, what I'm going to be doing up there when I get back. Was going to rent an apartment, the whole thing. So I had about a month to just pretty much think about it. And I spoke with my brother. Said, I told him, said, listen, I'm going to get back to Miami on this day. If you please go and pick me up and all that. So I got everything set up. So I know she called me twice. The first time I talked to her really briefly. The second time I didn't want to talk to her, and because I just want to have just free time to think exactly what the Lord wants to do, and I don't want nothing to interfere. So anyway, my way back, I got so nervous when I got to the plane, and then it was 9 hours fly back to the States, and I was so confused. Even like that, I had a set up plan already, and asked the Lord to help me and all that, and got off the airplane in Miami looking for my brother. I couldn't find my brother anywhere. It was, you get off from the plane in Miami, it's full of people. I mean, in between all the mess, it was her and my 3 girls waiting on me. So the girls ran to me. Eloisa was the first one, and said, "Daddy," he hugged me and kissed me, and it was difficult. It was because I was not expecting that. I had a different plans, and I didn't realize that God's plans were completely different. And I know He orchestrated all this. I know He put a time, 9 months in between it, to just fix this thing up in my heart, so I can come back new, and continue my life with my wife and my girls under a Christian settings, not under world settings. And my wife told me at that point, and I says, well, the Lord spoke to her that the change is now to be only done on me, but on both of us. And those 9 months changes that actually took place in my life and her life, so we can continue. Now it's been 30 plus years still together, still strong here. And everything is just because the Lord did it. I mean, it was all His work. He made me get down to the bottom, put me on my knees, so I can become where I am again. So, and it's all about Him. So the only thing I ask, we always keep trusting Him, no matter what we do, no matter what our situations are. We trust in Him with our eyes closed and our hearts in our hands, and that's all He'll do it. He'll do it anytime, many times needed. He'll do it. Thank you very much.